So I'm going to quickly introduce our next speaker, Mr. Laolu Oluwarinde, who is also going to touch on the topic of the relevance of lift in luxury real estate development. And this is his professional profile. Laolu Oluwarinde is a seasoned international real estate consultant and strategist with over 15 years of experience delivering high-impact advisory and leadership across the real estate business and consulting landscape. Renowned for his ability to drive growth and long-term value, he provides expert guidance to individuals, businesses, real estate companies, and large-scale projects, helping them navigate complex markets and unlock sustainable opportunities. He is the founder and lead consultant of Global Luxury Real Estate and Resources, a leading real estate consulting firm. Prior to this, Mr. Laolu held senior executive roles, including Chief Operating Officer and the Group Executive Manager, where he led premium real estate brands offering investments and partnership opportunities across multiple markets and sectors. His core competencies span strategic and marketing management, project and business planning, brand development, integrated marketing, negotiation, dispute management, coaching, and advertising. He has a proven track record of delivering measurable results through innovative, practical, and sustainable solutions tailored to the market dynamics. Mr. Laolu. International Real Estate Federation. Beyond business, he serves as vice president of Lagos Doyin Lions Club, that is the Lions Club International, actively supporting humanitarian initiatives. Laolu is deeply passionate about helping people harness opportunities, use exceptional results. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Laolu Oluwarinde. Thank you,
Good
Mr.
evening,
Laolu, for joining us. Over to
everyone.
you, sir.
Thank you. I hope you can hear me. Good evening, everyone.
Yes, you're very
Can you?
audible.
Awesome. Um, it's nice to be here this calm evening, and it's been eye-opening and value-adding session so far. As I jokingly told the head of marketing of your Igbo organizer, I said, I'm not a technical person. I'm more of a business person. So this evening, I'll be coming from the business, angle. Let me try to see if I can share my screen. If I can't, please, uh, technical team should help me do that. I don't know if I'm able to do that already. Can you see my screen?
Yes, but it
Is it?
is very tiny. Do you want me to share for you?
Please go ahead then, please.
Let's see. Please, is my screen visible?
Yeah, I can see
Yes,
that.
yes.
All right. All right, thank you. Just go to the next slide. Next, next slide. Faster. Yeah, move to the next slide. All right, let's start from navigating regulatory. And a lot has been said uh, about this vertical transportation. You know, one of the key things that we look at is the experience that residents, clients, occupants, guests, they have in that particular family see is that is a lift, and also probably the last thing you will see leaving that development. So between that time that you enter into that building and to the moment you want to leave, the lift transports you to wherever you're going and also brings you back, when you are leaving. That shows that the lift is actually very important in any development. And for those of us that works in organizations that are high rises, know how important, a lift is. I remember a particular experience I had in a particular building that I took, I was in the lift and I think the power went off. And I think we were about two or three of us in that. The power went off and we're just stuck at a point. Well, suddenly the backup power came up. Yes, the lift door didn't open, but the backup power came up. There were music on the ground, and suddenly this cool breeze also, you know, came in, and we are more, oh, whoa, wow, you know. And those that on the normal circumstance probably start panicking, but immediately we experienced that. Everybody calmed down, and within a few minutes, the door opened, and everybody came up. One good thing that you can take home from that experience is that experience. Just imagine if the backup power didn't come up, there was no sound, there was no music, there was nothing like the cool breeze that we do that came in. And, you know, the experience would be very, very bad. So, what am I saying? A leave for vertical transportation. There are four key things that I will summarize from my topic as they're seen on the screen now is accessibility and comfort. Talking about relevance. The second one is property value enhancement. The kind of lift you use will determine the way the residents, clients, prospects, or users will value your project, your building. Now, the third one is prestige and innovation. A good house Urban Vertical Systems Journal, the year 2025. That was just last year. Now let's introduce, this uh, topic again. See, the thing is, luxury real estate has actually evolved. So if you think you can just bring a box and fix it into your development, you're on your own. That experience is very key. When it comes to any luxury development. Number two, luxury today is about experience. I said before, not just the aesthetics, the experience, the ambience, and next, convenience, safety. You can see I'm underlining that safe. Please move to the other slide so that people can see into the introduction slide, so people can follow as I'm taking the introduction slide, please. Uh, just after that quote. So not just the aesthetics, so convenience, safety, privacy, and technology now define premium living. Sorry, I operate in the luxury real estate space, so all these things are important to the audiences that I serve. Let's continue. Still under introduction. Vertical mobility sits at the heart of modern luxury development. Vertical mobility, which is lift anyway, sits at the heart of modern luxury development. The competition is very intense now in the vertical mobility space. It's not the usual box me in kind of lift or elevator anymore. There are aesthetics that gives you, things, elevators. I've seen so much of this elevator at times. I just wonder, the rate at which lifts, elevators are, it's just changing and improving. So it's not just about that box anymore, just to move you from a particular level to another level. No, that experience and like that word experience come into my mouth is very, very key. Let's proceed. We go to the next one. Lift is more than transportation. Lift is more than transportation. For every one of us, yeah, we know, yeah, we say vertical mobility, vertical transportation. But again, it's not just a transportation. It's not just a transportation. It is an infrastructure, not just an accessory anymore. In those days, when it's just a box stop, move to the next slide, please. It's just a box to move you from, if you go to Lagos Island, I don't know any of us that can relate with that. If you go to any of those old buildings in the Lagos Island, I mean, who can confirm that? You know what I mean by box, you know, box stop in a space, and when you enter such sleep, you start praying to God, God, please take me to my destination safely and bring me back safely. And a lot of rugged aesthetics, cracking sound, blah blah. We've had experience in the past, when there were major accidents, where in such sleep. So it is now an infrastructure. Now, next thing, the daily user experience is very important touch point. I said that earlier. You know, when you have a beautiful lift, if I can use that word, a beautiful lift in your block of apartments, in your office, that journey between a particular level to wherever you're going, it always comes with a beautiful memory, and you long, to go into that lift again. And for the business people, this goes a long way, in selling, your property, your project, and all that. To proceed. So it's no longer just, what do you call it? It's not just a transportation. It defines comfort, efficiency, and perception of quality. So the kind of lift you fix in a building, goes a long way to tell people the quality, of your services, the quality of your brand, or the quality of your company. are critical to high rise. This is very critical to high rise anyway, and mixed use development. I go to the next one, value creation in luxury development. Value in luxury development. You don't just input any form of lift or fix any form of lift in luxury development. It must be premium, and you cannot do away with the fact that you know you intend selling that property, and for you to be able to sell it easily, and it must appeal accordingly to your potential client or to your prospect. So we continue to the next slide. Value creation for legacy. It enhances asset valuation and rental yield. So if you own a building, next slide please. If you own a building and maybe you want to value that asset, and the kind of lifts or vertical transportation you have in there, goes a little way to also help, in raising, the value of that particular building. Next, hold on.
Hello, can you see my screen?
Yes, your screen is visible and you're audible.
Yes, yes,
Oh.
yes.
All right, team. I think he's experiencing connectivity issues. Please let's hold on for him for a couple of minutes.
Yes, Miss Yen, please, are you set?
He's having network issues, but he's
Right.
joining right back.
All right, sure. So thank you very much, Miss Yen. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. So whilst waiting for Mr. Laolu Oluwarinde, of course, I want you to know that if you have a question, on top of your screens, you have the chat box. So you can equally put in your questions, because after all the sessions of the speakers, we are going to handle the question and answers. In fact, for any bothering question, for any concerns that you have concerning vertical mobility, to be addressed for you. And don't forget that Mr. Laolu Oluwarinde is actually saying that he is coming from the business perspective. What that means is that if you are here and you are end user, of course, you must also see the vertical mobility solution from the business perspective. At the end of the day, all other stakeholders, if you are an architect, okay, if you are a realtor, if you are a developer, you must always make sure that you inculcate or you bring in vertical solution to whatever property that you are looking at. And while still waiting for him, I want to reiterate that he made mention that the most essential thing that he looks at has to do with what client experience. And he said that experience must be positive and what indelible. You must make sure that in rendering your service, you must make experience that you are giving to your client is very, very much what positive, and something that is what indelible, something that will live with the client to what eternity. And again, he made mention of accessibility and what and comfort. That is, of course, what the vertical solution is giving to you, is giving to your client. What that means is that, of course, you should be able to conveniently travel in between floors without any constraints. And you should also feel what comfort by saving time as well. He also made mention of what the property enhancement in what in value. What that means is that a lift of 200,000 USD will no more be 200,000 USD when indeed you have what lift added in what or installed in your property. And you also spoke about what design, the acoustics. What that means is that you get a new edifice, you get an enhanced what edifice in front of in terms of elevations for your property as well. It's a luxury is what about experience, and you must make sure that you give them that everlasting experience. I'm seeing anything from your end, please.